What's up guys, Hades here. I want to talk about Illusion Battlefield. If you didn't know, you can click into the Tower of Knowledge and scroll all the way up, and there are 4 additional skills. Now, I took a brief look at them, but I'm going to give you my initial thoughts on them before any games are played. I want people to actually play at a high level, because there's really only 3 teams that are playing at a high level, and part of playing at a high level is building good teams. So first one, adapted field. It's a grace. You can put it on anyone. After the battle starts, 60% chance making you and one random ally unit immune to all critical damage for 30 seconds. So 2 of your heroes are going to be immune to crits pretty much the whole battle. These battles don't last much more than 30 seconds. I think this is good into the Sion teams because they're pretty much just trying to crit. And if you don't get crit, you pretty much take half damage, which is pretty cool. But against everything else, feels kind of bad. I guess you could probably wear this and not need Malice. That's probably a pretty interesting way to use it, where you can have one team with adapted field and one team with Malice. That's probably what I would do. Something to be tested for sure, but it really depends on the meta. If the meta is not a crit meta, then this is going to be completely useless. If it is a crit meta, then you can have 2 teams that aren't getting crit. So I think this could be decent, but again, it has a very specific niche. Next skill, it's not really showing what it looks like, but it's called Arcane Sniper. It is triggered. You can put it on anyone. After the battle starts, every 6 seconds, there's a 60% chance to deal magic damage to the enemy unit with the highest physical attack and reduce their damage dealt by 30. So it does 400% single target to the highest physical attack and debuffs them 30% for 6 seconds. Guaranteed. There's no... Oh no, it's a 60... Ew. Not... Off the start, just not a fan. Not a fan. Single target damage to melee, or like, what if there's a mage? If it's Wu, if it's Merlin, if it's Hammurabi, like, this just has no value. Again, it's super dependent on like who you're fighting. Now, if you're fighting, I don't know, Khan or Xiandiok, then you're like directly countering them, right? It almost feels like both of these are countering Xiandiok, which is very interesting. She has been the best team for a long time, but not a fan. I think 400 single target with a 60% chance is not good enough. I might be wrong. Maybe this debuff is good enough, but the highest physical attack feels weird. And it's magic damage, so you have to put on a mage. So it has to be mage versus melee. Too many conditions. I'm not a big fan of the conditions. I think when the conditions are right, it's good. But I'm not a fan of how many conditions there are. So far, both are very heavy on the conditionals. Depends on your opponent, which you usually don't know what their build is, right? Unless people are all copying the same one, like the Sion. And the last 2, I believe they're pretty similar. Lowers your initial energy by 100 and increases your magic damage by 50. And this one is the same, but it's for physical. Now, I was thinking about this, and I was like, why would I bother building this when I could just do demonic or battle stance, right? Those give me 100%, and they have a downside. Because if you take 100 energy off the start, that means you go second. And going second, as we've talked about so many times on this channel, is not ideal. You don't want to go second. So I don't want to be going second. I want to go first. But I guess you get the 50 kind of up front. You're just delayed like maybe 1.5 seconds or so, which might not be that bad for 50% boost. Again, this is going to need a little bit of testing. Now, the interesting thing about all of them is they are no limit. Like, I just made the knife through butter, and that's for physical only, or attackers only. But you could put this on Khan, you could put this on Alex, you could put this on You know, you can put this on a lot of things. Syndiok, she goes slow anyway, so it might not be that big of a deal. All in all, I think these are all a little bit too conditional to just be like a guaranteed pick or like a power pick. I rate them all kind of in the B tier, right? In the right scenario, this is probably the best one. You have a mage, they have Syndiok. This is going to be fantastic, right? You're guaranteed to hit their carry and debuff them. So obviously it's going to be really good. But if they're a mage, then this is going to be terrible. The other skills are going to do more, and you're going to be debuffing like a tank, because the tanks are going to have more physical damage. So yeah, that's my kind of rundown on these these 4 skills. Make sure you are testing them out and figuring out what's best for your teams in IB League, and good luck on this season. I can't wait to fight you guys in the next few weeks. If you like this kind of video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.